Within the heart of the mist-covered town of Ravenswood, an eerie silence hung heavy in the air. The old Victorian house at the end of Primrose Lane stood like a forgotten relic, its windows boarded up and its once elegant facade now weathered and decrepit. It is said that the house was cursed, that those who entered never returned the same. Dr. Evelyn Adams, a renowned psychiatrist specialized in treating psychological disorders, received a peculiar letter one rainy afternoon. The letter, written in a shaky hand, begged for help in uncovering the truth behind the haunting of the Victorian house in Ravenwood. Intrigued by the mystery, Dr. Adams decided to investigate the chilling tale. As she stepped onto the creaking porch of the house, a sense of foreboding washed over her. The door swung open with a loud groan, revealing a dimly lit hallway that seemed to stretch endlessly into darkness. Dr. Adams curiously made her way through the cobwebbed corridors, the heavy silence broken only by the sound of her own footsteps echoing ominously. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, causing Dr. Adams to freeze in terror. She followed the sound to a dimly lit room at the end of the hallway, where a figure hunched over in the corner, its eyes wide with madness. The figure muttered incomprehensible words, its voice filled with a sinister whisper that chilled Dr. Adams to the bone. Drawing closer, Dr. Adams recognized the man as Mr. Thomas, a former resident of Ravenswood, who had disappeared without a trace years ago. His eyes locked with hers, a flicker of recognition flashing through the madness within. With a trembling hand, he reached out to her, his voice pleading for salvation from the shadow that tormented him. As Dr. Adams delved deeper into Mr. Thomas's fragmented mind, she unraveled a tale of tragedy and despair. Mr. Thomas had been consumed by his own inner demons, tormented by a malevolent presence that whispered maddening secrets into his ear. In his madness, he had unwittingly unleashed a dark force that now lurked within the walls of the cursed house, feeding on the fears of those who dared to enter. Determined to free Mr. Thomas from the clutches of the shadow within, Dr. Adams confronted the malevolent force head on. With courageous heart and unwavering resolve, she delved into the depths of her patient's shattered psyche, confronting the darkness that threatened to consume them both. As she wrestled with the shadow within, a blinding light pierced the darkness, banishing the malevolent force back into the depths of the forgotten Victorian house. Mr. Thomas slumped into the floor, his eyes regaining a spark of lucidity as the madness that had him gripped for so long lifted like a shroud. With a heavy heart, Dr. Adams realized the true terror of the cursed house in Ravenswood. It was not the physical walls that held the darkness, but the shadows that lurked within the human mind. As she departed the house, she knew that the battle against the shadows was far from over. But with courage and compassion, she would continue to fight against the darkness within each person's mind.